Ho ho hello! Today we're going to attempt a Christmas dinner, and as I've said before, I'm no cook, so it might be the first Christmas miracle if I can actually pull this off. So I'm going to start off with pigs in blankets, and as I start I've already done something wrong, because I think you're meant to get little chipolatas and I think you're meant to get streaky bacon, but we're going for jumbo pigs in blankets, so it's a treat for everyone. So all I'm going to do is wrap the pig in a little blanket so it's nice and cosy, and then pop it in here. And I think for the babies it'll probably just be half of one each, to be honest. And if your little one is just turned 6 months at Christmas, the first Christmas dinner is quite a nice one to start on if you're doing baby-led weaning, or if you're pureeing, you can just puree everything that I'm doing. So let's whiz that round. I'll just do one more, and then I'm just going to go off to wash my hands before we do the next bits. The last one, a little wrapperoonie, and there we have it, some jumbo pigs in blankets. Bear with me while I wash my hands. Right, they're going to chill out in the fridge while we do the next bit. So the next bit is roast potatoes, but not as you know it. This was told to me by my cousin-in-law, Robin, and it's how to do roast potatoes, but in little shapes. So we have picked a Christmas shape. So we've got a Christmas cookie cutter here. So you just get your potatoes and then cut them like lengthways to make slices, about 1 centimetre thickness. And then we're going to bash little trees out of them. So put the little cookie cutter on there, and then I'm sure you could just push this actually. So let's push it out. And what we'll have to do is we're going to have to parboil these just for like 5 minutes max, because you don't want them to go too mushy, and then we'll pop them in the oven. So I've used a little cookie cutter there. I don't know if you can see that. There, we've got a little Christmas tree. So I'll do a few of those. And in fact, while I'm doing this, I'm going to pop the baking tray in the oven with a bit of butter on it, so that gets really hot. So you could save one of these as like a stamp to do your Christmas cards with, like a classic potato stamp. So we're also going to cook the outside bit as well, because that's pretty cool. So we'll just pop these in to boil just for 5 minutes max. Okay, while they're boiling away, we can move on to the stuffing now. So for the stuffing, we're going to soften some chopped onions in some butter, and then when they're nice and soft, we're going to add them to 100 grams of breadcrumbs, and I just got them out of a packet, but if you're that way inclined you can make your own. And we're also going to put in some sage, again just from the shops, nothing special. So put in, I'd say that's a tablespoon of sage, and I've put some black pepper in already. Okay, so I've turned the potatoes off while we do the stuffing, so they've softened nicely. And then I can pop them into the breadcrumb mix. Oh, listen for the sizzle. Ooh, I always like that sound. And then I'm just going to mix that with the breadcrumbs and the sage. And if it looks a little bit dry, I might just add in a little bit of oil just to make it into a bit more of a stuffing texture. So yeah, it is looking a little dry. Let's put in a bit of oil. Just a little drizzle. And then this will go in the oven at the same time. And if you haven't guessed already, the temperature is our good old favourite, 180. So that is the stuffing done. So I'm just going to move that to one side while we do the potatoes. So they've been parboiled, so now I'll get the tray out. That butter's nice and hot. Now I'll just take out the little trees, parboiled trees. Everything's going to go on at the same time, so I'll just show you what the other things are. So instead of doing a full turkey for today, all I've done is some turkey breasts, and sometimes I think the turkey's a bit dry, so I've just put some Greek yoghurt and some like herbs on that. So they'll go in the oven at the same time. Because the turkey breast, that's why it's not going to take as long. So I've got that. Then I've also got some veggies. And again, for if you're doing the baby-led weaning style, then if they're in baton shape, then it's much easier for them to hold. So I've got carrots into batons, got parsnips into batons, and some Brussels sprouts. And I've cut those in half because they're a little bit like the grape in that it's a bit of a choking hazard. So they're all in half. So I'll just put some oil over that, a little drizzle of oil over all of that, and give it a, massage it in. And it's going to be about 30 to 45 minutes for everything, but you just have to keep an eye on it all. And to gain an extra shelf, you've got the grill and it has that the top part. I've taken that bit out and put that on the bottom shelf, so we've got an extra shelf. Can you Christmas Eve it? I've done it. So the stuffing is a little bit crumbly, and the sausages took longer than anything else, but that's probably because they're jumbos. But I did it. So Christmas has come early in the Happy Weaner kitchen. So I'm just going to plate it up now. But if you look at the plate, it's actually quite a good healthy meal for the babies, because Brussels sprouts, full of goodness, they're like a superfood. And turkey is a very nice lean meat, so that's always good for them. And then there's lots of veggies on there, isn't there? So you could do a low salt gravy if you wish, but we have got a pretty awesome Christmas dinner here. So this would be good if you're cooking just for a few people. So if there's just two of you, so yourself and the baby, or if there's three of you maybe, then you could have this. But we've done it. So I hope you all have a fabulous Christmas, and we'll see you in 2017.